Have you ever found yourself stuck in a situation that you know isn't healthy, but somehow feels too comfortable to leave? Maybe it's a job that exhausts you every day, a repetitive routine that brings no satisfaction, or even a relationship that's lost its spark. Even when we know something isn't good for us anymore, something keeps us from leaving, and that's what we call the comfort zone. This zone gives us a false sense of security and can easily become a trap, keeping us from growing and reaching our true potential. In this video, we'll dive into why we cling to things that harm us and how this illusory comfort can be the biggest barrier to the life we truly want. More importantly, you'll learn practical strategies to overcome the fear of change and take the first step out of this limiting zone. What is the comfort zone? The comfort zone is like familiar territory where everything is predictable and safe. Here, nothing threatens our sense of control. Routines are known, results are stable, and there are no surprises. But despite seeming ideal, this space can become limiting. It keeps us safe, sure, but also stagnant. Life, when confined to this zone, becomes a series of repeated days, and our mind gets used to avoiding any experience that could disrupt this stability. This zone actually creates an illusory comfort, a false sense of protection that stops us from exploring new things and growing. The human brain is programmed to avoid risks and conserve energy, often preferring the known to the challenging. However, it's precisely outside the zone that we find experiences that make us evolve, develop new skills, and, most importantly, build a more fulfilling life. Throughout this video, we'll better understand how the comfort zone can actually be one of the biggest obstacles to our well-being and happiness. Why do we hold on to what hurts us? Clinging to what we know is, in a way, a survival strategy. Often, what we know doesn't benefit us but still offers some kind of security, however illusory it may be. The unknown, on the other hand, seems full of risks and uncertainties. That's why we stay in jobs that don't satisfy us, relationships that drain us, or routines that no longer bring joy. Even aware of the drawbacks, we choose to hold on to the familiar rather than face the vulnerability that comes with the new. Besides the fear of the unknown, attachment to what harms us is also tied to the human need for control. When we know what to expect, even if it's not ideal, we feel a false sense of mastery over the situation. Leaving this known zone is challenging because it exposes us to the unpredictable, and many of us would rather endure an unsatisfactory situation than risk an uncertain path. Another important factor is the emotional value we assign to these situations. Over time, we develop attachments, expectations, and, in many cases, the belief that we can't find something better. It's as if the fear of losing what we have outweighs the desire to conquer the new. Recognizing this dynamic is the first step to breaking these patterns and finally making room for positive change in our lives. Signs your comfort zone is holding you back. Recognizing when the comfort zone has become a barrier is crucial for our personal growth. There are clear signs that the safe zone is, in fact, preventing us from achieving a fuller life. One of the first symptoms is a lack of motivation. Daily life becomes monotonous, and tasks seem to lose their spark. You feel like you're living on autopilot, with no enthusiasm for what once sparked interest. Another sign is constant stress and anxiety. When we're stuck in something that doesn't satisfy us but are afraid to change, our body and mind react, creating a sense of discomfort. This prolonged stress can even affect physical and mental health, with symptoms like headaches, insomnia, extreme fatigue, and irritability. There's also a persistent sense of dissatisfaction and emptiness. Even fulfilling all your obligations and keeping up with routines, something seems to be missing. It's as if there's a repressed desire to seek something different, but it's constantly smothered by the safety of the comfort zone. Finally, the presence of these signs indicates that it's time to reflect and take action. They're indicators that comfort is costing you dearly and that the price of inertia is a life without purpose or fulfillment. These signs are a call for change, an opportunity to explore new possibilities and rediscover what truly makes us feel good. Why is change so hard? The idea of change sparks an immediate reaction of resistance in many of us. This happens because change requires us to face the unknown, and our brain is programmed to seek safety and avoid risks. For our survival system, any uncertain situation is interpreted as a potential threat. Thus, change triggers a series of internal mechanisms that make us hesitate and question if it's really worth leaving our comfort zone. The fear of failure is one of the biggest obstacles to change. We fear failing, disappointing ourselves and others. This fear of not succeeding stops us from trying, and we end up preferring the safety of what we already know. The thought of, "at least here I know how things were," becomes an excuse to avoid any situation where there's a risk of not succeeding. Another significant factor is the attachment to control. In our comfort zone, we have a sense of mastery. We know what to expect and how to react. When we change, we lose that control and are forced to deal with situations that often escape our grasp. This loss of control can be distressing, especially for those who value stability and predictability. There's also the fear of letting go of something, even if it's uncomfortable, but that, in some way, defines us. This something could be a professional identity, a relationship, or a routine we've carried for years. Change challenges us to abandon this image and make room for something new and uncertain. Understanding these emotional and psychological obstacles is essential to overcoming the fear of change, allowing transformation to be seen as an opportunity, not a threat. How to step out of the comfort zone. Leaving the comfort zone is a gradual process that requires courage and planning, but the benefits are immense. To begin, it's important not to force drastic changes all at once. Small steps are key, as they help the brain adapt to the new without triggering a shock that makes us backtrack. For example, if you want to explore new career opportunities, try activities or courses that challenge you in small doses, allowing your brain to get familiar with new possibilities. Setting small goals is also a powerful way to overcome the fear of change. Instead of setting a broad and vague goal like, "I want to change my life," it's more effective to break it down into achievable, tangible steps like, "I want to develop a new skill," or "I'm going to talk to someone who works in the area I want to explore." When we achieve these smaller goals, we experience a sense of progress, which encourages us to keep moving forward. Another crucial element in this process is self-knowledge. Being clear about your values, strengths, and limitations allows you to better identify what you really want and what's stopping you from achieving it. A simple yet very effective self-knowledge practice is journaling. Set aside a few minutes each day to jot down your thoughts, fears, and desires. This helps to understand what the real obstacles are that keep you in the comfort zone and how to overcome them realistically. To strengthen this journey, resilience is essential. Often, stepping out of the comfort zone involves making mistakes and facing frustrations. These experiences are part of the growth process and are actually opportunities to learn and evolve. Instead of avoiding mistakes, see them as a natural part of the path. Every obstacle faced builds an extra layer of confidence, making you stronger and more prepared for the next challenge. A practical strategy is the use of positive affirmations. Self-sabotage often arises from limiting thoughts like, "I'm not capable," or "I'm not ready." Identify these thoughts and turn them into constructive affirmations like, "I am ready for new challenges," or "I trust in my ability to adapt." Repeating these affirmations daily reprograms the mind to accept and embrace the unknown with more confidence. Finally, surround yourself with a support network. Having people by your side who encourage and understand your goals makes the journey much lighter. Share your fears and achievements with friends, family, or mentors who can offer emotional support and constructive advice. Additionally, seeing people who have already overcome these challenges is inspiring and reinforces a belief that you can do it too. When applied together, These strategies create a solid foundation for overcoming the fear of change. Remember that stepping out of your comfort zone is an ongoing process, and each small step towards the new brings a significant gain to your life. By adopting these practices, you not only expand your horizons but also discover your true potential to grow and achieve new accomplishments. Real-life examples of people who conquered the fear of change inspire us and show that, despite challenges, it is possible to achieve a more satisfying life. Take the story of Steve Jobs, who, in 1985, was fired from Apple, the company he founded. Despite the disappointment, he used this time to explore new areas, founding Pixar and Next. Years later, he returned to Apple with a renewed vision that transformed the company. Jobs' journey shows that the comfort zone can often be broken by unexpected circumstances, and this can be the key to even greater success. Another example is J.K. Rowling, who, before becoming one of the world's most successful authors with Harry Potter, faced financial struggles and was rejected by several publishers. She took a risk by dedicating herself to writing amid an unstable situation, and by overcoming fears and uncertainties, she created a universe that captivated millions of readers. These real stories show that facing the unknown and dealing with rejections can lead to powerful transformations. They remind us that with determination, the fear of change is just the first obstacle in a journey of achievements and personal growth. We have come to the end of this journey on the power of the comfort zone and the impact it can have on our lives. Now, it's important to remember that although the comfort zone gives us a false sense of security, it's outside of it that we find the richest experiences and the greatest learning. So, the final question is, what will be your first step? It could be something simple, like trying a new activity, starting a project, or talking to someone about your dreams. The important thing is to start. Share in the comments which action you're ready to take, and subscribe to the channel for more videos that will help you on this journey of transformation. Remember, personal growth begins when we decide to break away from what limits us and seek what truly inspires us.